side, girl. In the building, man. We got the squad in here tonight, man. We got Soulback Sports, we got Andy, we got the bad guy, Chicago Clarence, we got the OG, Allen, and we got my man Shaw. We just waiting on CJ. Turn this around, man. It's gonna be fun tonight, man. We're talking Bears, Packers, we're talking playoffs. We're getting to it, man. So enjoy it, sit back. We'll be right back in a minute, man. Enjoy the beats up in here too. Let's get it. Man, we got a crazy lineup right here right now, man. We got my boy Amron from Soulback Sports up in here right now, man. Coming to talk Bears football. Then we got the big dogs in here, the OGs. We got Andy and Chicago Clarence from the Bears Den podcast. Then we got CNG podcast in here. You know what I'm saying? Me, Shad, and Alec, and we waiting on CJ, man. And we're gonna let the guests introduce them.
See their brotherly love. Flew right past the Rocky statue and punched the defending world champions.
Being 9-3 in going into December before we face the Packers is what more can you really ask, right? And we beat the Super Bowl champions in their own turf.
Right now, as far as like him being the last part of this process to make this team go over the top, has he met your expectations, or what do you see him as going forward, man? Because we cannot hide his inaccuracy. His deficiencies, man. You can't hide it. Ben Johnson let him throw the ball 36 times downfield, man. And it's been multiple weeks of him being under 60% into the middle 50% range of completion. So just what are your thoughts on him right now? Can he improve, or this is who he is? Like, what do you think?
I hope he can improve. I'm hoping this inaccurate stuff is just him learning the offense and learning to play on time, learning to play on rhythm. I mean, I'm hoping he can hit these throws because, like I said, we would blow some teams out if he could hit these passes. I'm hoping and praying he gets there. I'm hoping this is not who he is. He's going to continue to ascend and reach the level that we think he is when we draft him, which is a franchise quarterback. That was his label, a franchise quarterback. He has all the tools. He can hit every throw on that field. I don't have any doubt about his arm. Just like Clarence just said, he's got to hit the layups. He's got to hit the open throws, the easy passes. But at the end of the day, we're 9-3. We're a number 2 seed. Winning cures everything. I'm gonna say he's met him, but he's barely met him. My expectations. So if we were 3-9, I would say he's below. But because we're 9-3, we're riding high. I'd say he's met him, but barely.
He say you met him, but barely. You barely played. You barely missed summer school,
it's just
man.
The open throws. It's just you got to make these throws. You just got to. You've got to make them. It's just everybody on every sports media says it. If he could hit the open throws, we would just take off. He's got to make them.
We got Bobby saying Caleb is on the bus, G, but he's taking some earlier stops. We need him. We need him. He's been there, but it's a but. It's always a but, man. You cannot always, not just Bobby. I'm saying you can't just give a sentence with Caleb Williams right now like he's just inaccurate. He's great, but he got a great arm. But he can scramble. But he sees the field sometimes. But those buts start to add up to no's to me. You know what I'm saying? At some point, it just adds up, man. And he's the most important person on this team. He touches the ball every single time. I'm not going to move off my stance as far as how the team is being developed, from the offensive line to the running backs to Dan Rochard to Eric Bieniemy to Dan Rochard holding this team together with goddamn popsicle sticks and napkins, man. And I think he's starting to get to the point where you see him at the post games and everything like that. He's getting frustrated because he's realizing he's always antsy. And Ben Johnson's the rock star of the team. So the further we go along, we're going to see Caleb Williams' personality really, really ramp up here. And And that's the part about him that I'm really, really nervous about. This his body language, his whole thing. Like, he has to really, really, really understand you cannot be above the team. You know, you're a part of the system. You're not the system. You know what I'm saying? Your damn coach was in the locker room with his shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. In the locker room, throwing his damn shirt around. Waving around like it's North Carolina, like back in the day, man. Like, what are we doing here, man? He cannot be the reason why we keep winning in spite of him, bro. He's going to have to deliver, and I don't think Ben Johnson is going to have the patience, man. Like, after a while, it's just going to – this thing is moving, man, at a fast rate, man. Everybody's under evaluation, including Caleb Williams. He has to get paid up to almost $70 million a year.
Yeah.
If you look at his last 5 games, he's under 60% completion. Are you paying a quarterback that much money? I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't do it. But let's move on to what we really in here for. I just want to get everybody's thoughts. I know me and Shad and I think Alan, we talked about it in private about him. So we're just going to move on, man, and talk about the Green Bay Packers next week, man. We're going to get into that. And we're going to pick the best quarterback, who's the best quarterback, who's the best head coach. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it cracking, man. We're going to get down. We're going to pick. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got the picture of the coach, the demon, the psychopath with his shirt off right here, going against Matt LaFleur. Then we got the quarterback. So, Aaron, man, I'm going to start with you. Take your time, bro. What coach are you going with in this game, man? Who is the better coach, Aaron? What you got for me, bro?
I mean, is there really a question at this point? Because, like, Ben Johnson, you know, has experience, especially in being an offensive coordinator and beating Matt LaFleur. And remember in his opening press conference where he was like, I really enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. And I think that, you know, with what he's been able to do when it comes to his coaching style, you know, in these close games specifically, you know, not being deterred, not playing too conservative at times. Yes, he has played conservative at certain points in certain games. I'm not like saying that he has never done that before, but I think Matt LaFleur this year specifically has been a lot more conservative. And you know, even Packers fans have been specifying like his job might be on the line, which is kind of crazy to me. Yeah, like genuinely speaking, like it's kind of crazy that we've gotten to that point where people are like, oh, Matt LaFleur probably has to go, which is like, okay, I mean, weren't you guys just winning with him like so many times?
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. Yeah, literally, like, Packers will never like live one season. If they have our season, they would like lose their mind. But yeah, I'm taking Ben Johnson. You know, just not because it's a homer take, but just because I think I have more belief in him than Matt LaFleur right now.
And we just gonna go down until we get down to Shot at the bottom, man. Chicago, Clarence, you up next, man. Who you picking for a coach? Or we gonna go through the quarterbacks, man. Who you got, man? Because Matt LaFleur, I don't know, man. He's been running circles around the NFC North for a long time, man. With Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback, and you got Jordan Love as his other quarterback, man. So he knows the division very well. But who you rolling? Are you running with the young hot thing, the new prom king right here, or are you going with the old 5th-year veteran, 5th-year senior, you know, and Matt LaFleur, dog?
Well, I'm gonna give Matt LaFleur his flowers. He's been the best coach in the division up until now. You know, the Green Bay Packers have benefited from having back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Not any of the. I don't think there's another NFL team who can say that. You replace one quarterback with a Hall of Fame quarterback, and that was in the Green Bay Packers. For us, Ben Johnson has shown you, because he's had to go in Chicago and change the culture. My partner alluded to it when he was talking. Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary where we fired Matt Eberflus after a train wreck of a game against the Detroit Lions. We bring Ben Johnson in here, and he's had to turn around and change the culture, and that's not easy to do. But he's done all of that in 12 games. 12 games. I mean, come on, brothers, that's not easy. You can't. I mean, come on, just think of it. How many jobs that you can't go into McDonald's in 12 weeks and just change the culture, and then got everybody believing in what you're trying to do. The drive-through still backs up, but this man came in there
ice cream machine don't work.
I'm trying to tell you, you can't go in there at 7 o'clock and get a daggone cola or shake for God's sake because the ice machine is broke. I mean, the ice cream machine broke down. So this man came in there in 12 games and changed the culture, and we knew we was a mess because we had football players complaining about wanting to be coached hard, needing to be coached, having player-only meetings, talking about the coaching staff for God's sake. So we ain't had none of that. None of that. And if he's not the front runner for coach of the year, brother, show me. And I know Mike Vrabel's doing good, but the Chicago Bears have always been a train wreck. That's the reason why all of us are salivating being 9-3. We used to getting our asses whooped and looking horrible while we getting it whooped. Not on his watch. I'm taking Ben Johnson.
Taking Ben Johnson. Andy, what you got, bro? You taking LaFleur? You taking Ben, man. What we got?
I just want to tell a little funny story. Since we're talking about ice cream cones, I'm not going to mention any names, but I know somebody that returned an ice cream cone at McDonald's because it was crooked. And that's all I'm going to say. But I'm not going to say, I didn't say any names. I don't know why he's laughing so hard.
Elbows.
But, you know, this is really a tough question. Like, it really is. Because I think every NFC North coach is really, really good.
Right.
Like, I don't think there's a slouch at the head coaching position in the NFC North. I'm going to go with Ben Johnson. Like Brandon said, you're talking about a man that has changed a franchise, not just a franchise. Like, this was a train wreck last year, a complete shit show. And he's taken it, and it's just, he's instilled a belief in this franchise that it can win, and it can win right now. And like, we're trying to win right now. We're not waiting next year. We're winning right now. Like, that's
it's impressive.
I mean, that's hard to do. So I'm gonna go with the hottest coach in the NFL right now, Ben Johnson.
Man, it's hard to go. It's hard to go against him. But Allen, man, it's on you, big dog, man. Are you changing it? Are you changing it up, or we gonna go 4-for-4 right now, man? What we doing?
No, I'm big on productivity. I love what Ben Johnson is doing, but I mean, Matt LaFleur he is proven. I mean, he's front row, coach in the league. He comes from a good tree. Ben does too, but I'm just gonna go with longevity on this one. Ben's got 1 year, Matt's got 6, and I mean, I don't think Matt had a losing season yet. So I'm just gonna give his edge to Matt right now. But I love Ben, but I just gotta go with productivity on that.
Man, and we got our first Matt LaFleur pick right here, man. But I got some comments. I got Ron Warnowski saying Bear down 9-3. And he says Packers whole team needs to go. F Green Bay, yes, fuck Green Bay forever. I'm gonna put it on my tombstone when I'm up out of here, man. When I'm on my last breath, they're gonna say, Mr. Walker, you got anything you want to say? Fuck Green Bay. And I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna just leave. Last season, Bears won 5 games. This season, Bears won 5 games in the month of November. Bear down. That's what I'm talking about, Luke. Then Luke says 9-1 last 10 games, scored 268 points in the 10 games, and allowed 228 points. 40-point differential last 10 games, scoring 26.8 points per game, and allowing 22.8 points per game. Luke with the stats. Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Luke. He said Shirtless Ben Johnson giving the good, better, best breakdown. It's a historical, pivotal moment in Chicago Bears history. Future Hall of Fame coach. Bro, I don't know who you are right now, Luke, but you are cooking in the chat right now, dog. He's cooking, man. Oh, he says first time listener, long time Bears fan. And I'm gonna get his one last comment, and I'm gonna let Shy go. He said I expected Ben Johnson to be a killer signing, but did I not think he would single-handedly be healing decades worth of trauma in Bears fans across Chicagoland in less than a year? Shy, we gotta speak on this before I get your opinion on Matt LaFleur or not Caleb, but Ben Johnson. He's healing trauma. Bear PTSD. Mm-hmm. We don't have any no more. It don't even feel real. It don't even feel. I woke up. That was a Philly game. I was like, we're gonna win this game. we're going to win this game. We got stuff we can put in our backpack, a running game, an O-line, a defensive coordinator who's going to do as best he can. You know what I'm saying? A quarterback that can play. It's just like, man, we got so much stuff we can take with us than what we had, including the culture in 1 year, man. It's amazing. So, Shad, man, go ahead and give us your thoughts on this comment right here, and what coach are you going with for the game Sunday, man? Next up.
First and foremost, to address the comment, salute to Luke. I really think it's almost euphoric to have a head coach utilize his team the way that you would if you was a coach. You know, it's that simple for me. A simple guy that understands football on a high level and goes out and makes the most of what he has. The Bears did not have a top 5 talent offensive unit going into the season. They had an expensive,
not at all,
a highly invested one, but they didn't have, in terms of pure talent, top to bottom, quarterback to right guard, all the way through the 11. They have the number 1 offense in football. So the question that we had in the offseason is, can he bring what he did in Detroit to Chicago? Check the box.
Check.
The next question that's being brought, even though the great content, you can't take away the first 2 games of the season as if they don't matter and then present point differential like that's a main component for Ben Johnson. Because technically still the Bears are right there on even when you talk about point differential. Because the Lions game and the Vikings game do matter. Those were 2 division games. Now let's take a step forward after those 10 games were over. You're looking at LaFleur right now, making a little bit of magic with a lot of mustard soup, because Packers don't necessarily have one thing that they do elite. Last year, they went into a double-ditch winning season. They had a little bit more overall rounded team where they complemented it a little bit better, high efficiency numbers in terms of interception and turnover ratio. Also, with Jordan Love having a higher ratio for touchdown to interception rate as well last year. So those 2 things mirrored well for them, and they played well going into the playoffs. Now, this year, if you look at the Bears, I think literally they're having the same season the Vikings had last year. If you look at the way that the Vikings won, it was a lot of close games, high turnover margins with Brian Flores' defense. The only thing missing is the sack numbers. So for me, if I'm looking at just like who makes the difference in terms of overall head coach, you got to look at Ben Johnson having the advantage for this particular game. Right now, he's on a heater. He put 200-something yards on Vic Fangio's defense on the road. That's going to give cause for the Green Bay Packers defense this week with 9 days to game plan. It's going to be all about stopping Swift and Monangai, point blank period. Opening an opportunity for 18 to have his breakout game of his career on the road against Green Bay. The first thing he tweeted about this offseason was about Green Bay. He followed up and co-signed what Ben Johnson said about beating LaFleur twice in the season, beating Green Bay. So for me, Caleb has embraced this created rivalry leadership role. You know what I'm saying? Where he wants to be the face of the guy that takes or supersedes the Packers. And this is the first game or opportunity of the season for them to do it. I think they're in a good spot. I think to give him a advantageous attitude. I say all that to say advantage Ben Johnson as the head coach this week.
Man, I think it's Ben too, and I'm gonna speed mine up. I'm gonna say it's Ben because one, he's living rent-free in Matt LaFleur's head. He already came out with a shot at the press conference or in one of his interviews. He was in Detroit, he never lost to him. So he has a lot of mental games to play. You know what I mean? He has the run game. He has so much momentum and energy going into play him. It's not like he hasn't gone up against him before. And I think our defense is probably a little bit better than the Detroit Lions defense right now. So you put all of that together, I think it's Ben Johnson. Matt LaFleur doesn't scare me, man. He just comes in. He's been part of the organization that has been great developing talent, offensive lines, drafting Hall of Fame core. They just been doing it, bro. But once everything is on the up and up, that's when things change. Everything is on the up and up now. You know what I mean? We got a run game. We got a quarterback. We got an O-line. We got a defense. Now we have it all. You know what I'm saying? We have it all. So I'm very, very confident in us going to Lambeau and winning again. So my coach has been Johnson for those reasons, and I'm going to go pass it around. You can be quick with your answer. And my quarterback is going to be Caleb Williams. Man, to pick him as my quarterback, I have to pick him. You know, the one thing he does have going for him, he's great at play action. He's great over the middle of the field. He hasn't stacked as many completions as I want him to, and people thought I was crazy when I said in the offseason that he's going to have to stack completions, and we haven't really seen him do that often and consistently enough for me to believe in him a little bit more. But I believe in Caleb Williams. He won't throw an interception. He won't take sacks. He won't be the reason why we lose the game. So if it's coming down to it, I think we're going to get the edge over Jordan Love, who's going to attack us downfield more than, and that plays into the part of our secondary with everybody back now. Kyler Gordon, JJ, Gardner Jr., Nashawn Wright. Everybody's back there, man. So it's going to be a long day for Jordan Love, man. It's going to be a long fucking day for him with his back foot thrown ass, and I can't stand it. So go ahead and back foot throw Sunday, big dog. I double dare you. So my quarterback is Caleb Williams. Aaron, who's your quarterback, man?
I mean, from a perspective, like as a homer take, it would be Caleb Williams. Like I completely understand. Like listen, I do like Caleb Williams in this matchup, but I do recognize that Jordan Love is like a more experienced quarterback, and he's in year 6 now at this point, and like I completely get that, and I understand like there's a lot he's already experienced with. Right now he's playing very good complementary football, especially offensively. If you saw that Lions game, he's like, hitting his receivers a lot more easy. Granted, it is the Detroit Lions defense who's been kind of banged up recently, but at the same time, you can't like stress like how good it's been for the Packers offensively, at least the last game. Like the only reason I'm taking Caleb Williams is just for the sole purpose that we have the head coach that we mentioned. I think that, the rivalry between the Packers and the Bears is going to be very thrilling in the first place. And remember, Caleb Williams, the last two times actually he played, like he's been really solid against the NFC North as a whole. And I think against the Packers, there's more extra motivation for Caleb to, perform because of how much these Bears-Packers games mean to the Bears fan base. Like he's retweeting stuff, like he understands, he sees what we talk about as well. And I think that he will come out here trying to put the team on his back offensively if it comes to it. And in terms of a clutch factor, there's no one like him. If he's like 5-1 right now, as someone said here, like in clutch factor, I'll take him. Give me Caleb Williams in the set.
Man, yeah, give me Caleb. Who you got, Chicago Clarence, man? What we doing, man? Who you rolling with, man?
I'm going with Caleb Williams right now, because I believe that once if you think about what Caleb Williams has had to go through his short time in Chicago with as many as offensive coordinators he's had to deal with, this is his third head coach. Jordan Love ain't never had to experience anything like that, and I think their play right now is pretty on par. I think Jordan Love throws a better deep ball overall, but I think that the intangibles that Caleb Williams have, between the ears is what you need in an NFL quarterback. And if you're telling me that Jordan Love and Caleb Williams play right now is pretty much neck and neck, and one of them is making $55 million a year, I got a problem with that. So I'm going to take Caleb Williams.
Okay, who you got, Andy? Who you got, man?
Whew. This is actually a tough question too.
Yeah, man, I had to bring the heat today, man. Heat today.
Jordan Love, in all honesty, is having a very good season. I mean, he was tremendous against Detroit.
Yeah, he was.
You can't take that away from him. He played very well, and he does hit his open throws, and he does throw a nice deep ball. I mean, this might be his best year so far. I just feel like Caleb Williams is just
nah.
This is going to be the breakout game that he has to have right here. He needs to have it. I mean, I'm going to go with Caleb Williams on this one, but it's not going to shock me if Jordan Love outplays him, because he's been outplaying him all year pretty much, in all honesty.
Yeah. Alan?
I'm going to go with Caleb Williams just because of what Andy said. It's the intangibles, man. Jordan Love, I think, has the experience and the production, but I'm going with potential on this one. Potential is dangerous, but I'm going to go with Caleb because I feel like Caleb's got a really strong arm. He just got to work on his accuracy. Can be fixed. Strong arm can be fixed, but not like accuracy. Accuracy is something that you got to really work on. Now, the biggest thing with my gripe with Caleb is his operation, which he has improved on. I don't think we had a false start Friday or not. I don't think we did. Everything was kind of on par. And those are the things that I look at in a quarterback is the operation of the offense. So those are the things that I want him to work on. But other than that, I'm going to go with Caleb because he got a bigger upside.
Okay. So, Shad, you up next, man. Then we're going to head on to the next part of the show, man. What you got?
Jordan Love went up to Detroit and pushed in Detroit shit. 4 touchdowns.
He did.
Full complement of receivers. Running game wasn't that strong. So what that tells me is if you don't get him off his balance, or if you don't pressure him, he's going to carve you the fuck up. And even though we got healthy DBs, let's consider the fact we did not touch the quarterback this week. I want nobody to ignore that. Montez has to wake up again and cannot have a situation going on the road again and thinking without pass rush, you're going to beat Green Bay. Now, the situation as it is that, again, Caleb Williams last week against the top 10 caliber defense in Philly had less than 150 yards passing, less than 60% completions. I don't have confidence in that on the road. I think his breakout opportunity is this week, Andy. You're absolutely right. That's what I was talking about earlier. But I think that he has his first moment when they get them in 2 weeks at home in Chicago, because I think Green Bay's pass rush and run stopping ability is going to make it a tough-ass game. In the last couple of weeks, we've seen him get loose with ball security, and also I don't like his footwork. 2 things that he has to pinpoint and work on this week. He's got 9 days, but I'm a book 10 as being somewhat more of a sure thing at quarterback this particular matchup.
Okay, so we got 2 with Jordan Love, and we got 4 saying Caleb. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple of comments, and we're gonna move on. We got Rev Trev, who's a cool Packer fan, man. He follows him, man. He's part of the Freezing Cold podcast. Good evening, guys. I was impressed by the Big Bears win versus Eagles. Makes next week significant. Can't wait. Then we got somebody said it's their birthday. Who said that? Yeah, we got Ron said it's my birthday, but this win makes it even better. I'm celebrating. Yeah, man, my son's birthday is that day too, man, on the 7th. So it's gonna be dope. He said Green Bay's pass rush is for real. We gonna see. Because I know how you saw how we just whooped up on the Eagles, bro. Nobody's scared of y'all front line, Trev. Nobody's scared of y'all front line after what we just did to the Eagles, bro. On the road. Not only is our O-line punished, we punished on the road. So we putting that in our backpack, bro. We not worried about it, man. We not worried about it at all, man. We got Luke saying Caleb's legs being my call at QB keeper inside the goal line for a rush TD. Give me Caleb 2 total touchdowns of Green Bay rushing and the passing TD. I'll take that. So let's move on to the next slide.
Absolutely would not want that. In no capacity do I want him running the ball on the goal line. With all those weapons, that's the last thing I want.
Yeah.
It's not Justin Fields, man. We got to move past that.
Yeah, Bears have the best offensive line in the NFL bully ball. Yes, sir. We're gonna see. Let me get to the next clip, man. Hold on. All right, we got the defense, man, and we got the run game, man. We got the defense and the run game. You know, we got Michael Parsons, man. Let's put him up here. We got Dennis Allen. We got the running backs, Kyle Manungai, Josh Jacobs, man. So I'm gonna reverse the order, man. I'm gonna go with Allen first. Allen, which defense coordinator, player are you putting in your backpack next Sunday, man? Well, you know, who you rolling with, big dog? Defense.
I'm running with my boy Dennis Allen. Shit, Dennis Allen, he's got something up his sleeve with this additions of Jalen and potentially having Tyree Stevenson come back. I mean, he's got a bevy of back end defenders that he can put in there, man. He can take the linebackers off the field, and I think he did that the other day. He took them all off the field and just had DBs out there with the D line. I mean, he can get so creative, and you know, I don't want him to do that because we're gonna be kind of lack against the run. But it was a creative move by Dennis Allen. So I'm gonna give all the kudos to Dennis Allen. His brain for defense and his ability to deal with adverse situations, and he can bring players along, and everybody has a job and an understanding week to week. I don't think people understand how hard linebacker is. Linebacker is a tough position to come in, and when you have to get the microphone, and you got to be able to radiate those calls to your teammates. You got to make line calls, you know what I'm saying, to your defensive linemen. You know, it's a tough job that you got to do, and he's just been sending guys in there with a different microphone. He's had 3 different mics this year. That some coaches don't get to their 3rd mic to shit the next year. So, I mean, you know, he's done that in almost 12, 13 weeks. So, I'm going to go with Dennis Allen and our guys, man. I just think the camaraderie, the ability to, to cover guys. And he sends timely pressure, but I know on his wish list, he wants another defensive end. So he'll get that. But for right now, he's done a hell of a job.
Man, I'm gonna ask you, who you running with your run game, Josh. Jacobs could break a game open, but we got the gruesome twosome right here right now, Allen, man. We got freaking frack, man. We got thing 1 and thing 2. So, what running game do you think is going to be most effective? I'm going to go to Chicago Clarence.
Well, I'm going to be honest, man. Josh Jacobs is a damn bull in a china shop. I love our running backs. But Josh Jacobs is an earner in the league. He's an earner. Wherever he goes, he's violent. And he's a durable running back also. So, I like Cal Monangai, because I hear him on the TV. I hear him. I hear his pad contacts and stuff like that. I hear the young man when he runs the football. So I'm really intrigued by Monangai's durability and his attacking with his shoulder pads. He's a damn dog. So I'm gonna give it Josh for right now because he's elder and he's a Pro Bowl. We can't shit on that. So right now I would say Jacobs would be probably the better choice right now.
Yeah, and Chicago Clint, and the chat. Shout out to the chat right now, man. We got people telling you go Pack, go. Hell no, hell no. That's what I'm gonna say. Hell no, hell no. He said the Bears are the number one in NFL takeaways, and Al Harris is a certified dog coach in the secondary as a mentor. Bayard is a certified ball hawk. C.J. Gardner was a great addition to the defense. Thank you, Luke. Chicago Clarence, man, what you got? The defense, Dennis Allen, Marcus Parsons, those guys over there, and the run game, man. What you rolling with, man? Who gives you the most worry? Who gives you the most confidence? Or what you thinking, man?
Well, if you want to talk about what Dennis Allen has had to field the last couple of games, going up against Pittsburgh and going up against Philadelphia, and you didn't have your top 4 linebackers. I mean, come on, man. I mean, we had to go against Saquon Barkley. And we didn't have Hippolyte. We didn't have neither one of our starting linebackers. We didn't have Sewell. I mean, come on, man. For most of the year, we were rolling out there without our number 1 defensive back. And then the other guy who was going to be the number 2 in training camp, we lost him. I mean, what he has done on the defensive side of the football is nothing short of amazing. I'm taking our defense. As far as the running backs go, Josh Jacobs, he's that dude. He is absolutely that dude. And every time we going up against him, he has given us problems and caused the worry. But when you can take 2 running backs and go into the city of brotherly love with what that defensive line did to that same running back in Josh Jacobs and basically shut him down, when you can go into their building and not only the starting running back, but the backup runs for over 100 yards on that defensive line, I'm taking our running game, bro, all day long. And the one thing about Michael Parsons that people need to remember is, yes, he's really good in pass defense, but he is not good in run defense. We're going to run the ball right at his ass.
Yeah, and Amber, before you go, man, we got to leave at the top of the hour. Just give me your defense, what you rolling with Dennis Allen, Michael Parsons. How did he terrify you? Are you scared? I'm personally not scared, Amber. Like, what we just did to the Philadelphia Eagles, my confidence is so high, man. They're going to neutralize him. You know, with Cole Kmet chip blocking him and the coasting level, he's not going to be able to get there. But what are your thoughts on the defense, your confidence, and what run game are you going with next Sunday against the Packers, man? Kyle Monangai or Josh Jacobs?
Yeah, I mean, I would personally, it really depends, because if we are able to get our linebackers, at least one of the linebackers back, I think it would be very beneficial for our defense. But I'm going to take our defense specifically. I think, like many of y'all have said, like Dennis Allen has done an insane job with so less. And because of that scheme alone and, you know, being very opportunistic, I think that overall, the defense is going to be very outstanding, hopefully, against the Green Bay Packers and cause a lot of problems. And being very opportunistic as well. We're leading the league in takeaways right now, and we were able to cause multiple turnovers against the Super Bowl champions. And I get it; they weren't at full strength, or they weren't like wherever they need to be, whatever. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day, because our team is playing whoever is in front of us right now, and our defense is not giving up whatsoever. And yes, I understand Micah Parsons is definitely a dog. He is like one of the most like touted edge rushers or defensive ends in the league right now. But you know, you got to keep in mind that our offensive line has improved very much from what it was last year, and you know, with what Darnell Wright did to Jalen Carter. Did you see the stat, like the pancake essentially that he did? Yeah. Like it's insane. Like it's Darnell Wright, this offensive line, you know, can't say enough how great it's been. So I'm taking the Bears defense to go along with it. I think the Packers O-line is a little bit banged up right now, comparatively. So I'm taking the defense, but for the running back spot, I like our chances, honestly. I think, like, well, I agree, Josh Jacobs is a really good running back and, like, you know, a Pro Bowler and whatnot, like, really good running back. I think that our 1-2 punch of DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai is really good. And with, like I said, with our offensive line blocking very well in the last couple of games, I think our run game is going to be really solid against this Green Bay Packers defense. And, you know, while their D-line's a lot better, well, the D-line when it comes to the run is a little bit better, I still think we'll find a way to get like those holes open and those gaps open for them to kind of, you know, have their way with it. And I'm going to take the 1-2 punch, or as Twitter has been saying, silver and shadow, as they're saying. So, yeah, that's my thing as well.
And thank you for pulling up to the show, man. I just wanted to talk to you. It's been a while since you were on the podcast. One of my favorite people to get up here and talk Bears talk with, man. One of the coolest people I know. So thank you for coming, man, stopping by. And make sure you guys follow my boy, Soback Sports, on YouTube, on X. And holla at my boy, man. Appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you again for having me, and good night, gentlemen.
Peace. My bad. I didn't click the wrong person. Man, and then there's 5. So we're going to keep it going, man. I don't think I asked Shad the same question. So, Shad, give me the defense. But we got some Green Bay Packer fans in here talking crazy, bro. Talking about some Packers going to eat the Bears up. But then we got my man Luke saying Ben Johnson going to hit the Green Bay with the swiftness and the cream of a guy. Somebody saying you cannot stop Parsons, my dudes. And talking about some let's go. Pack fan Iowa 1251. Well, y'all in for a lot of hurt, bro. Bears got all the momentum, man. You guys are in for a lot of pain, man. So let's continue to keep it going on the show right now, man. Shai, what you got for your defense and who you running the game?
Jeff Lafley versus Dennis Allen. Right now, man, perimeter runs has been something Green Bay's been good against. They were able to negate Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery for breaking any explosive runs to kind of help benefit Jared Goff last week. If they can bring that home and slow down the Bears' run game, and I mean slow down meaning like 150 yards, that puts a little bit more onus on your quarterback to make situational throws. Now, the last few weeks, he hasn't been able to make those throws. However, when you look at some of the weaknesses with Green Bay's secondary, the Bears do have exploits. You know, this is the first matchup against your new tight end, your new slot receiver. I would love to see those targets maintained at the same level. Luther Burden getting 6 targets. Colston Loveland getting 5 targets. I would like to see that be a consistent attack towards this defense, because if it ends up on 3rd and longs, it's going to be a long day at the yard. So right now, I'm going to probably go Lafley's defense because he's doing more with less. I mean, he's put together a more consistent unit outside of the takeaways that the Chicago Bears have generated. I think that defense is built more for playoff football. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go advantage Green Bay for the defense. At the running back position, it's hard to argue with the #1 rushing team in football, point blank, period. At this point, you just be fooling yourselves to think that this run game is a fluke. You may not like DeAndre Swift. You may not feel that Monangai is the running back that you wanted in the draft. But when you put that behind what they have constructed at the offensive line positions, right now, this is a vaunted run game. They were able to put Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, which is 900 pounds of Italian beef, out of the way and get 250 yards on the ground. I expect that to continue as long as Ben Johnson stays committed to the ground game. Now, that's why I think early there's going to be opportunities to hit them over the top. So it's possible we could see the run game extended through throwing the ball to your running backs this week. The screen game could be huge, especially if the weather's shitty. So I'm going to go advantage running back game Chicago.
I love it. So everybody spoke on this, so we can move on to the next part, and we're going to get to the playoff talk, right? Everybody good? Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get to the next part, man. We got the wide receivers and the tight ends, man. We got DJ Moore, we got Rome, we got Luther, we got Cole, Kmet, and we got Coastal. And you got these busters on the other side. I don't even really know Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs. I don't really know all these lames, these busters right here. And they got Musgrave because I think Kraft is hurt in their #2 or their #3 tight end. So I'm gonna start out with the bad guy, Chicago Clarence, man. Like, what's your thoughts on the wide receivers from the Chicago Bears and the tight end, and who you give the edge to? The Packers wide receiver core and tight end, or ours?
Well, the Packers wide receiver core, I mean, man, those guys they are soft as cottonelle. I ain't never seen so many wide receivers get hurt and don't even get hit in my life. But our wide receiver core is something to be desired, man. I just wish they were more hungry. You know, I'm gonna give you a play example. Last night in the Philadelphia game, Caleb Williams is in trouble. He kind of throws the ball to the end zone flat-footed. And if Rome would just made the effort to get his ass up and go meet that ball, it's a touchdown. He sits there and waits on it. Mm-hmm. And those are the kind of plays that burn me up with them. I still don't think DJ Moore earns his money. I think he is overpaid for what he's given us. But a lot of this rests on Caleb as well, man. I mean, these guys are running free, wide open, and too many balls behind them. Too many times he's throwing over their heads. I mean, so I'm going to give Green Bay's guys the edge. Tight ends, I think it's us all day long. The way our guys can block. You seen Cole Kmet put one of the nails with a final nail in their coffin with that touchdown. I think that play action was predicated off the way we were running the ball on them, and he leaks out and gets the touchdown. I like the way that they are blocking, so I'm gonna give our guys, our tight ends, the edge as well.
Dope, man. So, Alan, man, same thing to you, man. Who you giving the edge to, man? Wide receivers and tight ends, man. Who do you like better in this game? What you going with, tight ends and wide receivers, man?
Well, you know how I feel about our wide receivers. I think our wide receivers are really good. I don't like the drop. That's the thing I worry about more is the drop. Rome is he's not a hands catcher, he's a chest catcher, and that's always up in the air for completion. DJ, he's tough as shit. That's the only thing I love about him, man. He can get open, but I just don't think him and Caleb I don't think he's a good fit for Caleb. Caleb is a guy that likes to lead his receivers, where DJ is a guy that comes back to the football and runs after the kick. He's a little bit of a flat line type of wide receiver. Within 5-10 yards is where he makes his money. The tight ends, I'm definitely going to go with our tight ends right now because Kraft is hurt. I think Kraft is definitely top flight tight end in this league. Colston has got potential right now. Cole is not worth his money, but Cole is steady. And Cole will knock the shit out of you blocking. He's become a real good blocker compared to last year where he was getting put on his ass a lot. But now he has really worked on that part of his game. And I think Ben might want to keep Cole around because I think Cole has really accepted his role. Cole is Loveland has took the reins. Like we know Loveland is going to be tight end one. We all know that. But Kmet knows that too, and he's still giving you top flight effort. You know, he's not cheated none of us with his effort this year. So that's what I love about our guys. Everybody is bought in to a logic. You know what I'm saying? No block, no rock. That means I'm knocking the shit out of everybody. You know, even Rome had a couple of games, he was out there doing a good job blocking. I mean, everybody's buying into the logic. So I'm just gonna go with us with the wide receivers and tight end.
And I'm gonna speak on that real quick because it was so much a concern. You spoke on him just not being good as a blocker. You was like, he's not gonna be able to last in Ben Johnson's offense. But the fact that he turned the corner and became a good blocker as he is, and we missed him when he was out as far as blocking, let you know that he's really bought in, like you're saying, and he really wants to accept his role and be here. So I agree with you because Alan, he was like, his ass ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it, and it changed. So, Andy, what's your thoughts, man? You know, what wide receiver group you're gonna go with, and what tight end group are you going with, man? And who gets the edge to you, man?
The wide receiver, I give the edge to us. I mean, I like our wide receivers a lot. DJ, Rome, and Luther, and then Zacchaeus, I thought played pretty well after his very poor game, the prior game, but I mean, Rome to me has been more of a disappointment. He has way too many drops. For somebody that we want to one day ascend to number one, he's got to start catching the ball and bring it in and make the plays.
Luther Bird's
that simple. Like he has the talent. He's just, I don't know what is with him in the drops this year. And DJ Moore, I've always liked. I liked him when he played here in Charlotte with the Panthers. It just seems like him and Caleb are never going to build that chemistry that him and Justin had. Like, it's just, I don't know why. I can't explain it. It just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. I mean, but I think he gives everything he's got. I mean, the guy went to a hospital after a game. He kept coming back in. That doesn't sound like me. That's somebody that wants off the team. That sounds like someone who gives a shit and wants to play and wants to be here.
That's right.
But the chemistry the chemistry thing is just, I don't know. It's just never, it seems like it's not going to develop like it did with
style.
Justin.
It's style, and it's just the style of. It's like Justin was a very flat line quarterback, not a lot of arc, and he threw a good 15 intermediate throw. Where Caleb is one of those guys that he likes speedsters, guys who take the top off of defense. That's not DJ. So that's where the chemistry is. It's like it's just Luther Burton is what we're gonna be waiting to see.
Yeah,
that's my belief. He's the one.
Yeah. In tight end room, I think Cole Kmet is playing. I think his last two games have been his best games ever as a pro. He's like Clarence points out. He's finally lowering his shoulder and delivering blows. He's finally getting physical. For somebody for his size, he should be a lot more physical. He should be putting these players on their ass.
He gave a dude a concussion the other week. He gave a dude a concussion.
Yeah. And then Colston Loveland, I think, is our best pass receiver, our best pass catcher. Like, he's got Velcro for hands.
Yes.
If that ball's near him, he catches it and he brings it in.
Yeah, he takes it.
I'm starting to like him more and more and more. Like, he is, I think he could be tremendous. Like, I really like this kid a lot. Like, he's shown me a lot over these past few games. So, yeah, the tight end room, I'm going with the Bears all day.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to wrap it up with this one. Then we're going to go into the playoffs, and we're going to get up out of here, man. I don't know if Shad wants to chime in. He got his mic off, his camera off. But I'm going to go with our wide receiver room, man, and our tight end room. I just think that our secondary is going to get these guys in this green, this ugly-ass uniform fit Sunday. I just don't think the way the Dennis Allen is going to disguise all of this for these wide receivers, bro. It's going to be crazy, man. You got your tall corner in Nashawn. He got like 5 interceptions, bro. Then you got JJ back, who can play. Then you got Kyler back. Then you got Gardner Johnson. You know what I'm saying? You got some guys that you can put anywhere, mix them around. Then you got Brisker and all. Like, these guys are going to have such a tough game against our secondary. It's going to be crazy. So I'm going to go with our wide receiver room. I just think that we got the better guys, and I think our tight ends are actually better too. Cole Kmet, like you're saying, man, he can get up there and snag the ball, bro. He don't waste no energy. He don't waste no time taking that ball, man. He just don't. And he's great after the catch. Like, he's physical, he's violent, and he's fast, and he wants the ball. And he understands that. He's bigger than you. That's one thing I like about Costa. He understands that I'm bigger than you, I'm faster than you, and I'm stronger than you. And I'm going to show you that. Unlike Cole Kmet, like Chicago Clans been saying last 2 seasons, that Cole don't really play like that. He's doing it now, but this guy come in already playing like that. So Colston Loveland, I expect him to have another good game, and I expect Cole Kmet to actually come in and continue what he's doing as a veteran and being a blocker. But I'm going to go with our wide receiver room, man. I just think that Luther Burden is going to have more catches. He's going to get more opportunities, and we'll see what Rome is going to do. But it's tough to pick him, man. So with that being said, we're going to go down to the to the playoff part of the show. We're actually talking about playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Actual playoff scenarios, man. It is. Talk about this. It's a real situation. Making up stuff like this stuff is real, man. This stuff is real deal. So I'm gonna bring up a couple of graphics, man. We're gonna get into it. This is what it looks like so far, ladies and gentlemen. The Los Angeles Rams are the number 1 seed. They get the bye, of course. Then you got the Bears as 2nd seed. Then you got the San Francisco, the 7th seed. Like it's all right there, man. It's all right there. It's all right there. So, what do you when you see this, Andy, man? Just what are your thoughts, man? Just what do you think?
Christmas has come early. I mean, if you told me we would be the number 2 seed at Thanksgiving, I would have probably called you a liar. I mean, I would have. I mean, we were only picked to do 8.5 wins in Las Vegas. That was the over-under. I think the best team in football is probably the Rams. I think that's the only team that – all the teams on this list, I'm not scared to play. But the Rams scare me. The Rams scare me the most. I think they're probably the best team. They're definitely the best team in the NFC, if not the entire NFL. Right. I would be confident of going to hosting any of these teams in Chicago. If somehow we could get the Rams in Chicago and take them out of the warm weather, out of the dome, that would be huge. But, yeah, I mean, I like our team. And you know what? You go for it. Nobody thought we'd be in this position, but you go for it. You do what you can to get that Lombardi in the trophy case. Yeah, we might be a year early. Yeah, our defense is suspect, and we can't rush the passer, but we're number 2 seed. You go for it. You go for broke. You do what you can to get that Lombardi in a trophy case. Because we are in position to do it.
Yeah. So Chicago Clarence, man, you see all of this, these graphics I got up here, man. You see the number 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 3 seed, the 4th seed, the 5th seed, the 6th seed. You see it, man. And then you see this right here, outside looking in. Shout out to my guy Shad for giving me these, man, because I was needing information about a playoff scenario. You got the Lions, man. The Lions looking in, man. 75 getting swept by the Packers Hurts. Then you got the number 9 Cowboys, 6-5, stayed alive with the win over the Chiefs. Yeah, it's crazy. The Panthers 6-6. The Falcons, all these teams 4-7, 4-7, 3-8. Commanders, man, and it's funny Chicago Clans what 1 year do to a team. We seeing the opposite of that. How it's going for us. Now you just look how the Commanders pretty much just fell apart, man. The Saints 4-9. So with this stuff right here, Chicago Clarence division leaders, you know, the Rams, the Bears, the Eagles, and the Buccaneers are the division leaders in the NFC. So just what's your overall thoughts, man, about the playoff scenario? What would you like to see? Who you don't want to see, and everything like that, man? What's going on?
Well, when I look at this, a couple things comes to mind. I'm all about having the receipts. And when the season started, we were picked to finish last in our division. Mm-hmm. Everybody was touting Minnesota. Everybody was still in love with the Detroit Lions, and Green Bay was a team that could challenge the Lions. When you start talking about competency, which is one thing that we have always screamed about, I have always thought that if we had just had competency, on the sideline, we could be a much better team. You know, I will never ever forgive Ryan Pace for making the trade that brought Trubisky to Chicago. If I see him tomorrow, I whoops his ass. You know, plain and simple. What we gave up to do that trade was the single most dumbest trade in the history of professional sports, and I don't care which sport you're talking about. It was lunacy what he did. And I whoops his ass on spot. If I say on site, if I see him, I can't stand it. But there's one thing that you got to say. He put together some rosters for the Chicago Bears. What we were missing was competency at the head coach position. Fast forward to when we all felt Eberflus should have been fired a year earlier. You can see what happened in his last year versus to what you bring in this year, and look at what we are right now. The only team that bothers me, that gives me any kind, and I'm not sleeping on Seattle because Seattle has a very good defense, but you get them out of the state of Washington, they're a different team. But the Los Angeles Rams is a complete team. They play great. They got so many ways to beat you on offense, and they got a good defense. The only thing about them is that's not sustainable is they cannot run the football. That's going to come back to bite them in the playoffs. We can. If you can run the football and you can stop the run, you can beat any football team no matter what they are. So with that said, if the Los Angeles Rams slip up and we slide in that number one spot, watch out, man. And I happen to think we are a year early to be sitting here and with a chance to win our division, and we are a year ahead of schedule. I think it's huge.
Man, I couldn't have said it no better, man. It's just looking at this, man, where we come in a year. And we look at these other teams, man. It's a week-by-week league. And everybody talked about the Chicago Bears and teams that, oh, y'all are frauds. Y'all ain't beat nobody. Y'all ain't beat nobody. We just beat the Eagles, man. Then we beat the Steelers, a good defense. And you saw what Mike Tomlin said about Caleb Williams and his ability to throw over the middle of the field, that he's exceptional at that. It's just amazing what a year can do. Like, this is why you can't believe in the narrative that all the games don't matter. Every single game on your calendar matters. You have to win the winnable games. You have to come out of some games that you shouldn't win. And we've done a lot of that this season. We just did. And now we're seeing the benefits of that, just looking at the Commanders. Jalen, what's his name? I forgot the kid's name out there. Jane Daniels. Then you got then, like you saying, Chicago Clint, we had the Vikings fans. They were putting J.J. McCarthy over everybody in the damn division. And he's looking like a bust. He has Justin Jefferson. He has Acton. He has all those guys in Minnesota. And they probably looking for another quarterback. It's insane what a year can do, man. Like, you can't make this shit up. And I think what we got now, like you said, Chicago fans, as far as just the competency and the foundation and the culture, this is not a one-year thing for us. This is not a flash in the pan season based off of what the type of coaching staff that we got here coming from Ben Johnson on down, man. We have some goons on that damn staff, bro. From out to Rochar, from Dennis Allen to Al Harris to Antoine Randall to Eric Bieniemy. You know what I'm saying? JT Barrett, Declan. Like, bro, this team is built for the future, man. And if Caleb Williams can come along a little bit quicker and establish himself as a better passer of the football, along with the run game as good as it is, the offensive line as good as it is, the defense that's going to be worlds better in another year, bro. Man, this team. Yeah,
we add to that defense. We're going to be a problem, bro.
It's a problem. Man. It's a problem. And it's amazing to see. But the playoff, like, I'm with y'all, man. If we can somehow get into that number one seed, I'll take it. But, Allen, man, looking at this for the first time for playoffs since, 2018, we've been here, man, with a chance to pretty much win our division, to control our own destiny. Just what's your thoughts, man, on any of this, man? Anybody scare you on here? Anybody you want to play or you don't want to play? You know, how's it looking, man?
Yeah, I don't want to play San Francisco. I don't want to play San Francisco. It's something about my guy, man. What's his name? The Shanahan. I used to admire his dad.
That's a good coach.
Yeah, Mike Shanahan was a fucking boss. So I know his son. Yeah, his son has picked up his genes, man. Like, that dude is cerebral, man. And his team plays physical. I mean, I'm talking about a physical brand of football. For it to be West Coast, they play football on concrete. That's why I like that style of play. I kind of want to see. I would take Green Bay in the playoffs before I take San Francisco. I feel like we match up really well with Green Bay. San Francisco has something we don't, and that's experience at the coaching staff, and also it's the offensive line for San Francisco. When they're healthy, they kick ass and take names. And our defensive line is left to be desired. You know, and that's just, you have to have a defensive line to beat San Francisco. If your defensive line is subpar like ours is, I'm scared to death of San Francisco. But I think, man, we're gonna be fine. I feel like we're gonna win the division because I feel like we're gonna beat Green Bay. We're gonna handle Detroit, and I think we're gonna do it. I think if we split between the Cleveland and San Francisco game, I think that'll help.
Yeah. Well said. And we got a couple of comments, man. What's up, my guy? Luke been there with the whole time. We want an hour and a half, man. We're going to get up out of here real soon. He says, Ben Johnson is better than coach of winning and coach of people who believe in every man standing next to them. Hats off to him, coach of the year, man. I love that, bro. Great. Lions are most likely to miss the playoffs this year after losing on Thanksgiving. I hope to see the Bears in the Super Bowl if that's the case. Luke again beat Green Bay 3 times this season. Has a good ring to it. Yeah. Beat Green Bay twice and dog walk them a third time to move on to the NFC title game versus Rams, bro. That'll be a perfect scenario, man. I'll ride out into the sunset, man. It's already, to me, Chicago Clarence has been a complete season. Not a complete season, but a season of success, a season of change, a season of actual tangible things to believe in, to actually just take with you every week in and week out, man. And it's impressive to see it. We're a young team. We're going to get younger. We're going to get better, but at the same time, man, it's just been a great season so far as just winning the games we should win, watching the offensive line gel when we had questions about it, Trapillo, Theo, you know what I'm saying? Can Jonah Jackson be better? This is all of our questions have been answered, man. The run game, Cal Manun got 7th round pick, looking like it don't matter. DeAndre Swift, why we get him? Don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It's like Caleb Williams is not playing his best football right now, but it don't matter. He's clutching the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? He can do some things. He don't throw interceptions. He's taking less sacks, so it don't matter. It's just like the things we're building off this team going into the future, man, it's scary as hell, man. It's almost to the point to where once we get rolling, it's going to be hard to really scheme against us. But Chicago Clarence, man, here's a scenario of playoffs, us and 49ers versus Bears, man. They're a wild card team, and Allen said they scary as hell. That's the scariest team. I can agree with that. I don't want to see neither. So just what's your thoughts on any of this playoff scenario right here? What you got, man?
Well, we're going to see San Francisco in a couple of weeks, so we have an opportunity to affect that matchup right then and there. We got to go out to San Francisco, and if going to Philadelphia is a litmus test, then should be something that we're well prepared for. I mean, guys, for me, I can't tell y'all how to feel about certain things, but I can just simply tell you, you cannot speak enough about watching that team go to Philadelphia, no starting linebacker,
right,
and dominate them on both sides of the ball. Full healthy teams don't go in there and do that to them. I'm just simply telling y'all. If you don't believe me, look it up. But I have seen healthy football teams who are so-called NFL Super Bowl contenders go in there and get their ass whooped. We went in there and dominated them. And I don't care about nothing about the turmoil or what's being talked about in their locker room. That's their business. Because they had it last year and they still went in there and won the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear nothing about Lane Johnson wasn't there. I don't care because nobody has been as injured as we have on our football team. We came to your house. We came to your house, smacked your woman on her ass, went in your refrigerator, and made your wife make us a sandwich and put our feet on the table and took your remote. That's what we just did to you yesterday. Deal with that. So if we can do it to them, we can go to San Francisco and do the same exact thing, because San Francisco does not have the weapons at wide receiver that the Philadelphia Eagles do. Christian McCaffrey is a damn good back, but they use him almost every freaking play. You shut him down, you shut them down. Plain and simple. So the fact that we went in there and manhandled the Super Bowl champions gives me belief that we can do it to anybody, because nobody else goes to goes to Philadelphia and show out the way we did yesterday.
Yeah, man, it's impressive, man. I'm just looking at the NFC. It's Tampa. I'm not really worried about Seattle, like you're saying. You know, they're probably different outside of Seattle, man. The
Rams went to Philadelphia and got beat. I mean, come on. Now, it's a game that the Rams, looking back, and they probably should have won that game because they made mistakes. But like I said, not everybody can go to Philadelphia and dominate them the way we did. I mean, Stevie Wonder watched that game and couldn't believe what he was seeing. So why should we worry about anybody else? I'm not.
That's what I was saying, man. It's just like they try to play that slow game. We just gonna lull you to sleep. I'm like, that's going right into being game plan. He wanted to run the ball and slow it down. And so I'm like, what advantage do y'all really have against us outside of their front four? And that shit got obliterated by our front five.
And AJ Brown did his thing. He had 2 touchdowns, but one of them we pretty much gave you that one because we wanted you to take time off the clock. We wanted to take air out of the ball. I'm not even going to sit there and try to act like that wasn't something. But without that, they were still getting their asses whooped. We dominated them in a game that we had their attention because they had just got through getting beat by Dallas, who was up 21-0 on them. So don't sit there and tell me they wasn't ready. Don't sit. And if you get to the point to where you think you're so damn good that you can overlook a team and you can see them on the schedule, in fact, like all you got to do is show up and you're going to beat that said football team, then shame on you. Because you just learned. You knew that if you won that game, you solidify yourself as the number 2 seed, because that was what was on the line yesterday. Whoever wins that football game is the number 2 seed. It was in your building, and we beat your ass. We disrespected you in your own house. It's the only stadium that they have a jailhouse in the basement. Because those mofos don't even know how to act. And if you stayed there and watched the whole game, you heard nothing but Bear fans saying fuck Green Bay. How that happened in Philadelphia? You know why? Because all the Eagle fans was going to their cars. That don't happen.
Yeah, they was leaving, man. It's just like I picked us to win that game, Chicago Bears, because I'm like, we coming off the momentum of the Steelers. That's probably one of our biggest winners of the season. They just lost against their division rival in an ugly game against Dallas. I'm like, we really might have a momentum on a short week at that. So
we got it now, bro. We got the momentum now.
That's what I'm saying. That was a very important game in the land of momentum and flip flop and all that type of shit. It just seemed like if this was the time to get them, this was the time to get them, because it like they was weak, like they was hurt, like they didn't recover. Sometimes you lose certain games, you don't recover, man. And I don't think they mentally was able to come back that quick to play against a team like the Chicago Bears that's been having a great season, momentum, winning tough games. You know what I'm saying? Nail biters coming in your crib, man. And that offensive line whooped their ass from 1 second on the clock to the beginning of the game, man. So that's my take on it, man. I don't want to see San Francisco, but I'm not scared of San Francisco. But I agree with Chicago player. He's right though. Like, you stop goddamn McCaffrey, you beat them. Brock Purdy, you can rattle him. So it's the way that this team, man, the way that this team is structured, you're getting every week, Andy, to come in there and beat any team. The way the team is designed, not only just the players, but in culture and don't give up and everybody buying in. You winning with goddamn linebackers off the street that work at Walmart and Target and selling loose cigarettes on the corner. Yeah. So you put all that stuff together, man, we really can beat any team on any given Sunday, man. So, Andy, man, we're going to wrap it up, man. I'm going to just get y'all final thoughts on anything you want to talk about, and we're going to get up out of here, man.
Yeah, again, thank you for having us, G. Walker. I appreciate it. You can find me and Chicago Clarence on the Bears Den podcast. We're on Facebook, X, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll probably be on Tuesday night. I still think we're a year early, but like I said, you go for it. We're in position. We're the number 2 seed. You do what you can to get a damn Lombardi in that trophy case. You go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line. You go for it. You go for broke. I mean, you're number 2 seed. You go for it. You don't say, "Oh man, we're a year early. We're not gonna." No, you go for it. We're in position.
Right.
You go for it, and that's my final thoughts. Go for it. And let the cards fall where they may.
Yeah. So I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna let Chicago Clarence close us out. But Alan, man, OG, man, just what's your thoughts on next week, and then what's your game picks, man? Give me your game pick. We win or lose, and just what's your thoughts on that, and then we're gonna get up out of here, man.
Oh well, I'm gonna go. We're gonna beat Green Bay in Green Bay. I think they might come back and get us in Chicago, but I think we're gonna beat them next week. I feel like right now is the perfect time to get them. Because we're playing a style of play that's fitting for the weather we're going to play in. We run the football cold weather, and a lot of people, I don't think we've talked about enough. If y'all watch that Philly game, I watched it again today. That wind was whistling yesterday.
Yeah.
That wind was whistling, and that could throw off some passes sometimes. Maybe that was some of the cause of those sailing throws, but in the wintertime, you got to have a ground game, which that's something we work on, and we have. That's why I say that we could possibly get a hold of Green Bay. Green Bay's offensive line they're being carved up pretty good by injuries. They just got hit with the injury bug. So I just feel like we should be able to handle Green Bay and stuff their running game, make Jordan Love beat us with his right arm. So that's why I believe we're going to win. And going forward, we just got to get the defensive line to come on. That's why when I think of San Francisco, they have Trent Williams, the baddest MFer in football on O-line. He will kick your ass up and down the street. And he built like that. We ain't got no goon on our defensive line. That's what scares me. But we're going to fight, but it's certain things when it comes to football that I feel like our defensive line just don't give us, man.
Yeah.
You got to have a defensive line to carry on. We got a bunch of athletes, but fat boys up front, man, we do not have.
Yeah.
So, they're just not it. So we're going to play and we're going to be good, but that defensive line woes is going to bite us in the head.
I love it, man. Chicago Clarence, the floor is yours, man. Final thoughts on the Green Bay game. We win, playoff scenarios, man. Just what you got, big dog.
Well, the fact of the matter that we won yesterday, is giving us a little bit of room for error. But this is also a rivalry football game, and it was added to it when Ben Johnson took his introductory press conference. So that's a game that we have got circled. But I've been a Chicago Bear fan all my life. I ain't never seen a Chicago Bear team operate like this. We've had some good teams that had good defenses.
Right.
The only other team that I would say that had an identity that we have is the 85 Bears. And that was a team where they win in every game and felt like they could win. Every single one. This football team, because of our head coach, has that same belief. Now, we don't have the same talent, so don't get me wrong. I'm not comparing the two teams. I'm just talking about what has gone into the construction of this football team and inserting a guy with the charisma and the competency and the know-how like Ben Johnson. The fact that we finally got somebody that can go in at halftime and make adjustments. The fact that we finally got a head coach that holds people who are not doing their job accountable. And no matter who you are, if you ain't doing your job, you go sit down. So I love the way that this team is operating. Now, all I want to do, guys, is go to the playoffs.
Right.
But when we had shows at the trade deadline, I was very vocal about going out there and getting somebody on that D-line, like Alan just said, who can go get the quarterback. because in the playoffs you're gonna have to be able to get the quarterback on the ground. You're gonna have to be able to have the ability to speed his clock up and make him throw the ball sooner than he wants to. But if we allow anybody, and I mean anybody, to sit back in that pocket and just throw us apart and tear us apart, everybody who's in the playoff picture right now can do that. And then you're going to have to depend on being able to run the ball for 250 yards, which we all know we ain't going to be able to do. If we did, it's going to be history. But you have to be able to get teams off the field on third down. And right now, even though we lead the league in takeaways, that is our Achilles heel. So that's why I wanted Ryan Poles to go get somebody. He says he tried, whatever. But no matter what, guys, we're ahead of schedule, man. We got something to be thankful for. We got something to look forward to for this football team, because we have spent too many years losing. At this time of every year, we are already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. The fact that we are not and sitting at the top of our division has something for us to all be revel in. I have seen so many Chicago Bear fans with Facebook reels the last 24 hours. It's been uncanny. Where were y'all asses at when we was sorry?
Right.
Where were y'all asses at?
I said, where was everybody at when we was
where were all of y'all at? I've seen so many people wearing their gear, stunting in front of their house, all kinds of shit. Where were y'all at when we were bad? You know what I'm saying? So that's my final thoughts, man. Thank you for letting us be on the show. I enjoy coming on your platform, man, and talking ball. Me and Andy do it. We watch the games together. That's my brother from his mother, man. So I just love it, guys. I love it.
I mean, if anybody got else, holding on to something y'all can say, man, we got a couple of comments, man. If anybody got anything else to add before we go, man.
The running game, the one thing about the running game is it's going to travel to every single stadium. That's why having a running game and a dominating offensive line is just so refreshing. Because that will travel. That will travel.
And I'm going to interrupt you. And off the way, our quarterback isn't playing the way he needs to play. So it's a way beyond a luxury. But continue, please, sir. Please.
No, I'm just saying a running game will travel. Like, this offensive line is no joke. It is for real. Like, the investments were made. The coaching was hired with Broshier and Bieniemy. This running game will travel to anybody on this sheet. This running game will travel to that stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm confident of that. Like, we just gouged a Super Bowl team from last year. Gouged them. Embarrassed them. I mean, this running game will travel. Our Achilles heel is just our defensive line. We just can't get to the quarterback.
That's a major one, though. That's a major.
It's a major one. You ain't lying, Allen. Major.
I think
at the same, because I'm trying to look at now. Let's look at the NFC quarterbacks. Damn, and this is so much fun. I don't want to end it, but now but on this sheet, what quarterback scare you the most, though? You know what I'm saying? Like
Matthew Stafford.
Okay, there you go. Anybody else other than Baker scared me too. I ain't gonna lie, but he'll give you some interceptions, though, right, Allen? He'll throw that motherfucker like a wild. He'll give you some shit to catch. So I ain't worried about it.
He can be a certified candy man at times. He can be a certified candy man.
Darnold, in fairness to Darnold, Darnold's playing very well again. He's backing up that 4,000-yard season. He's playing very well. I mean, I don't think nobody thought Seattle would be a playoff team this year. I mean, he's playing very well, and they have a very, very good defense.
Yeah, they do.
Man, man, I'm not worried.
But we wouldn't see both of them based on that. We wouldn't see Stafford and Darnold. But with the weapons that Matthew Stafford has, there's no way in hell I want him to be able to sit back in the clean pocket and pick us apart. We will have a long day, guys. A very long day.
Hey, Allen, but then the Rams come close to the NFC Championship this year. They was close to getting to the damn Super Bowl.
They very did. That was a game. That was a game.
Yeah. It's like they ain't missed a step, man. See, McVay, that's what make you think of, you glad we got
McVay. That's why I say Shanahan, McVay, and LaFleur. Those on the same coaching staff. You understand what I'm saying? They come from the same tree. And all of them have identical madness to what they do. Like, Ben is in that thought pattern. Like, I don't think Ben go home until Sunday night. and he come back Monday morning. He is not at the house during the week.
No,
you can't tell me, yeah, him and his wife eat pizza at Hallis Hall. Ain't no way in hell the way he coaches that he goes home every night. I don't believe it. He go home on Sunday night after the game. He ain't coming home. He got his own room in Hallis Hall because that's what you have to do to change a culture. You got to be in there when the players like, damn, coach, you need to go home. You remember what he told the third string quarterback? He said, what you going to do this weekend? He said, nah, I'm going to be here. It's like, damn, what else you going to do? No, that's the coach you got to have. He's setting the standard. You going to get in here and you going to come to work. I need work. If you don't want to work, get the hell up out of here.
He take that shit personal, man. He take that shit personal. You ain't matching the energy. But we got Luke saying Ben is a top 5 head coach in the NFL. If we win a playoff game, he should be talking about as a potential Sean McVay level coach. Oh, for sure. He's a better head coach than the offensive coordinator. Yeah, I don't know. He might be both. He might be elite at both. Only thing that's probably holding Ben back is his quarterback right now, just honestly speaking.
Yeah, Caleb ain't caught up to his coaching. Caleb play has not caught up to his coaching because those plays, he has been scheming people open, and our quarterback is not making those throws. Once he does, we're going to be a problem, fellas. We are going to be a problem.
Yeah, because a lot of times, Andy, like I told Al, I like when Ben give him a 2nd and 1, but he could give him go ahead and throw this motherfucker 8 yards, and because you got it grown, and you got to give him a chance to be clutch. Like 2nd and 1, he throws the ball, and Ben call a play call. I love that. I love it because it's in the she telling Caleb, look, it's short distance, it's 2nd and 1. You should be calm, you should be collected. Throw this damn ball to the sticks and give us a 12-yard completion. Ben does that shit for Caleb twice or 3 times a game, and he's been inaccurate as hell in them short distance situations, bro. So. Like we were saying, he gave you 36 times to show you what you got, bro. And Allen was right, man. He gonna take the damn ball away from you, man.
Yeah,
you know
and he's
to the old line.
I would too.
Line, Claire.
Yeah,
I would too. And like Andy said, one of the reasons why the people has been sleeping on the Bears is because our inability to put teams away. But Caleb Williams is the reason why we didn't blow the Giants out. He's the reason why we didn't blow the Raiders out. He's the reason why we didn't blow Cincinnati out. You have got to put people and step on people's necks when you get the opportunity. Your defense is leading the league in takeaways, and somehow you have played 6 close games, 1-score games, and you're 5-1 in them. But come on now, we had no business having 6 close games. We should have beat the shit out of Minnesota the first game we played them. The way that we had McCarthy shook. We should have put them away, but our inability to put points on the board made that game what it was. I'm throwing the Detroit game out the window, and then the only really other time that we dominated other than this past weekend is what we did to Dallas. But we ran the ball down their throat because we knew they couldn't stop it. But he has got to get to the point to where, guys, we got to put 7 up instead of putting 3 up.
Yeah. He got to make the easy ones, man. And he hasn't been good. Like 36 throws, bro.
36 throws, and you ain't got but 24 points, and you ain't even got 200 yards passing. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man. That's
come on, man.
Right. Come on, man. For real.
Hey, can I ask y'all something, man? I just thought about something. The coaches today, like Ben Johnson, McVay, Coach McConnell. Shanahan, LaFleur. I think those coaches have been the ones to take away the shutdown corner. The shutdown corner is not. I don't think we have a true shutdown corner in the NFL anymore because of coaches and their ingenuity, like the guys we got, like the coaches that we got. What you were saying earlier about scheming guys open, and when you're attacking defensive back and you're getting them in crosses, you're getting them running under the coverage, you start getting steals a route, and you're taking the number 1 DB and putting them in pressure cook. But like opposite back in the day, you're gonna get a 9, you're gonna get a slant, you're gonna get a post. It wasn't a lot of creativity by offensive coordinator. It was a run game. But now with these offensive coordinating minds now, they'll take away your best corner and wear the shit out of. Like you'll just have him in different spots on the field, and he can't get these lockdown moments because it's so many things that they're throwing at you. Like that play last night with Cole Kmet, he put so much pressure on that safety, he was already crossing his face. Like he flipped the safety on that play, and it's like Ben just flooded that side of the field, and it happened so fast. That's why I say, man, these young coordinators, man, they are dangerous. I'm talking about the way they scheme up shit. Yeah. And it's like, I'll take away your best thing and make you play left-handed. And that's what these guys are good at. And they scare the hell out of you.
Well, you're right. The creativity and the ingenuity of these guys drawing up plays has been something that's revolutionized the sport. Mm-hmm. But the reason why we don't have a shutdown corner, in my opinion, is the NFL rules won't allow you to. Deion Sanders and Champ Bailey and all those guys would not be what they are in the Hall of Fame in today's rules. The fact that you can't touch a player after 5 yards, you can't do this, and they are just itching in tight coverage to throw a flag on your ass for pass interference. Now in these days, it's uncanny. I mean, some of these pass interference calls, which is the reason why they toyed with the idea of being able to challenge it, but they can't police it. But it's just so loose, and what the interpretation of what a corner can do or cannot do, in the infant of being able to score points in the NFL rules has destroyed the art of defense, which is the reason why if you can have a top performing defense now, that's the guy who's really showing ingenuity and being able to scheme against the offenses, because everything is stacked against their defense now in this day and time. Everything. I mean, look at some of the roughing the passer calls. I mean, goddamn. Yeah. I mean, old boy bumps into him last night and they throw a flag. For God's sake. I mean, come on. Which is the reason why they were able to get their first touchdown on the board, because we had him getting ready to get him off the field. He bumps into him. Roughing the passer. I mean, the NFL rules is a joke on defense.
Yeah. And we got a good quick comment right here, and he says, "I agree. Caleb's accuracy is a concern, and Ben Johnson might move off him for a veteran like a McVay did golf." Woo! I love a Burrow and Ben J duo. Trade Caleb 2 first-round picks for Burrow. That's a hell of a take, man. And
Lord, don't play with me like that. Don't give me motherfucking Smoking Joe. Burrow? You give me Smoking Joe Burrow? Okay. No, don't play with us like that, man.
Don't say no shit like that, Luke.
Yeah, man, you tripping, homeboy. No. Yeah, no.
No, I mean,
it won't be the same in Chicago.
Just from a pure, just. I mean, I appreciate Luke. He's been very active tonight in the chat.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, if you just sit down with a pen and paper and calculator, those contracts aren't going to fit under our future salary cap. I mean, it's just not going to happen.
He's the salary cap guru right here, Luke. That's our salary cap guru, Andy. So he got you. He knows.
Yeah, it's just not. It's just the reason we couldn't trade for Myles Garrett or Stu Henderson this year. It's just not going to fit. Like those contracts, those guys are all on big contracts. It's just not going to fit. I don't think. I mean, you got to remember, Ben Johnson came here because of Caleb. He wanted to work with Caleb Williams. Yeah. He wanted to work with him. He wanted to work with this kid. He didn't come here to spite. He didn't come here to spite Caleb. He came here because of Caleb Williams.
Of Caleb, right.
And he wants to wake this franchise up.
And he's a Cubs season ticket holder too, man. The man wanted to come to Chicago. He fucking wanted to come here. But Shad, what you think about this, Shad? Shad to step back in. He's, hey, you think Ben gonna move off Caleb, man? Like McVay did golf? Like that ended up being a hell of a coaching move by McVay, man. It really was.
That was a hell of a coaching move.
Yeah, but hell of a coaching move. I've got big balls around here. I call the shots around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I know Ben would do it if it came down to
the man right here.
That decision.
that decision by McVay was given the blessing of the ownership of the Rams, predicated on the fact that he had gotten to a Super Bowl. So let's chill. Ben can't walk around Hallis Hall until he gets there. So that means the NFC title game appearance or more before he get to call his shot on QB. The fucking snow in the city of Chicago is throwing off my connection. It's about as bad as the connection of Caleb and Romo Doomsday throwing it down the field. But looking at the playoff, keeping it in a buck. Look at the conference, y'all. All season long, we've been looking at the LA Rams calling their shot. When Stafford decided to come back and he was given a full, clean bill of health, we all was looking at that team like they got the moldings of a Super Bowl contender. Their defense is top 10. It's nothing to fuck with. And they can run the rock on anyone, a la Ben Johnson style, because McVay has a great run scheme. You look at the NFC West, honestly, San Francisco and Seattle are the same teams. The only difference is Seattle's defense is playing top 10 right now. Andy, I don't know if you believe in that defense yet because they don't have a number one star, but they got guys at every level that's playing all-pro level. To me, the difference is going to be what unit differentiates themselves in that conference. And right now, Chicago's got a unit that takes the ball away more than any team in this city since Lovie Smith. And if we go back and look at that Lovie Smith team, they had a Rex Grossman and a Kyle Orton-led unit that won double-digit games. So even though the quarterback currently isn't mature to the second level of Ben Johnson's playbook, you can sustain winning. My point to Guy and Coach Allen was that I'm ending the conversation this year about quarterback development because right now you're in the thick of things in terms of winning something in the current now in the NFL. And you can't gamble that based on the predication of you still trying to develop your quarterback throwing it 36 times a game when it's not necessary. Every opponent in this conference can be beaten. And right now, the formula the Bears have put themselves in a good situation to be atop of the conference and potentially be sitting there in a situation to get a bye. No one had that in the books. I thought 12 wins was at the ceiling, and that's if everything gone right. And so far, most of the stuff has gone right. Bunch of health on offense, their head, and in the conference in terms of the division has come back to the pack. So that's where I'm at with it right now, yo.
My bad, yeah. My bad. Got OG Allen right there. Yeah, man, this is a good show, man. As long as y'all want to keep, y'all got to bring up stuff. It's all good. Lions spent $1 billion on 8 players. Salary cap, you can make it work. You still talking about that. Like, I'm with Sean, though, man.
AG.
Like, yes, sir.
Hey, G, I got a question for the party, man. Look at what New England has done this year. Andy, I'd like for you to kind of lead this, man. Them and the Bears currently have the same type of track in terms of molding or rebuilding their team on the fly. New head coach, new quarterback, new system and scheme offensively, new aggressive defensive scheme with a more veteran-led staff. Who do you buy stock in right now? And not necessarily just because of the quarterback, but in terms of the construct. That's going to include Ryan Poles, so G should feel real happy about this question. Right now, looking at both of the situations, number one in the AFC and number two in the NFC, who you liking more in terms of overall health and moving forward for the organization?
Whew. That's a great question. I mean, New England, I'm going to say no one saw this coming for New England as well. I would say they're probably surprised, just like we are. I mean, Mike Vrabel, I would have hired Mike Vrabel if we didn't get Ben Johnson. He would have been my runner-up for sure. So I feel like he could have came in and changed the culture as well. Could be at Drake May's level, honestly. That means Caleb Williams would be in the MVP talk. I don't know, man. That's a great question. I mean, what Vrabel has done in New England, that's why the coach of the year is going to be heated. Like, you can argue both guys. Like, you can argue both guys. Like, Vrabel and Johnson, I think I would give it to Ben Johnson because He has changed the culture. I mean, New England's won a lot of Super Bowls in everybody's memories, but Chicago's not done anything for a long since '85. So I would give it to Johnson maybe 51% to 49%. Is that close in my mind between them two? I can't be angry if you go with Vrabel. Like he's turned around a team too. I couldn't argue with you if you voted for Vrabel Coach of the Year. Like it's that close in my mind. It should be like 51%, 49% when it comes to the final vote.
And shout out to Shaw for bringing the graphic in here, man. I was looking for playoff scenario stuff, and I was putting the Packer stuff in here, man. And Shaw came through with some graphics, man. So shout out to Shaw for bringing this in here because I wanted to see what the playoff scenario looked like, man. He said Ben is doing it with an accurate QB. So, yeah, you might have to give a check off to Ben for the Coach of the Year just for that alone. And then I think Vrabel come from the Patriots anyway, man. He might know the Patriot way.
Yeah, he went back home for sure. No question. He went back home.
And what's the Bears' way? You know what I mean? We didn't have a way. Ben made one. So if you coming up and you thinking about who's coming into a situation of already pedigree, he come from New England and he went back. Ben don't come from that. Ben had to build this shit literally from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? So I will get an edge to Ben Johnson because like my man Luke said, he's doing it. He's doing it with an inaccurate quarterback, bro. If that don't tip it over to Ben Johnson, I don't know what will, bro. But I don't think you can go wrong picking Vrabel because a lot of people, then you want Vrabel, Chicago Clear? Then you want Vrabel? You wanted Mike.
I absolutely did want Mike Vrabel. I absolutely did because at the time I wanted somebody that was going to be able to come in there and change the culture of a football team that was lost and it was coming apart at the seams. You know, with the stuff that we had, the team didn't have any discipline. They had to go to ownership and this and that and talk about wanting to be coach hard and the incompetence that we were showing and picking our assistants and whatnot. But it's one thing that nobody has mentioned on here that I think that we have to shed some light. What about the job that our president did, going to ownership and convincing him to come off the hip and pay for what we got? We ain't never had that. That's the reason why that was one of the reasons why we didn't get Harbaugh in there because we didn't want to give Harbaugh $10 million. So the fact that he was able to get in there, now I'm going to complain about them not getting the stadium done. I mean, that's still on my name. I mean, I'm still pissed off about that. But the simple fact that he was able to go in there and pay and convince him to pay because we had to pay Matt Eberflus and those guys to leave. You know, we were still making payments on Matt Nagy and them. We had to pay all of them to leave. And then to get them to pony up $13 million to hire Ben Johnson, who's a first-time head coach, and then go in there and have to pay his staff. That's a lot of money they had to shell out. So I can imagine what those behind closed doors meetings were like. Getting there, and we finally looked like a functioning franchise. Yeah. Other than the stadium deal not being done.
But Kevin Warren, man. Kevin Warren, and that's Allen guy, man. Big draws, overalls, Kev, man. He come with a lot of pedigree too. He come with a lot of like when he's peak, motherfuckers listen. You know what I'm saying, Andy? Like that's a guy, bro. That's a real football dude, man. Commissioner in college, like that's a guy. That's not anybody you just hired off the street. You know what I'm saying, Andy? Like that's a Kevin Warren come with a lot of weight, Allen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And he finally convinced them to fire a coach mid-season. Something we never did. I don't know if we did that if we didn't have Kevin Warren here.
Yeah.
I think Matt Eberflus may have finished out the season if Kevin Warren wasn't on the staff.
Yeah, because the fact that he spoke into the old man ear, McCaskey got him to do it. I think that the way that Kevin probably communicates with McCaskey was what's been missing all these years. It's sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? That's a billionaire, bro. That's a billionaire. You got to get somebody of a stature that he can respect in regards to someone being equal to, at least in a experience standpoint, man. Like you got to So I'm pretty sure Kevin was just talking to him like, you know what I'm saying, on that level, man. Like, for real.
Can I interject something, man, about this, man? Kevin Warren was the Big Ten commissioner. That job is 20 times harder than the Bears job. You got to get all those schools. He has so many additions to the Big Ten under his watch. And you're dealing with schools and boosters, children, teachers, professors, academic personnel. They are very staunch in change. If you go to the education department, they don't like change. They've been running the same way for 150 years. So that's just the way it is. So this man has had to deal with that. And now he goes and gets to a dude that's inherited a franchise, not a pillar of the franchise. So, so he know how to work the words. He understands the language and the vernacular that goes with that type of job. They could, like you say, command, change, and he can use words that's non-threatening but assertive.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need this done, but take your time, big dog. But I need this done. It's simple things that say, man, look, I need this, I need that. Now you're going to be erratic, and now the guy don't want to give you shit. So Kevin know how to work the lane. He know how to work the phone. So I like Kevin in the way he deals with people.
Yeah, you could tell by the way he talk. Like, he mean what he say, man, and he got a presence about him, man. And he's Kevin Warren, man.
Let's get that stadium done. Let's get that done.
Yeah,
let's break ground.
Hey, this a blue and red issue in Chicago, man. This shit ain't got nothing to do with Kevin Warren. This is a blue and red thing, bro.
But that's my point. I'm not putting it all on Kevin Warren. Yeah. But I'm talking about as a franchise. You bought land, and it's sitting there, and you're making payments you're paying taxes on that land, sitting up there doing nothing. We have been handcuffed by the city of Chicago and Parks and Recreation because we don't own our building. We have no say on what happens in that building the night before a game. And it's the smallest stadium in the league. It's unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Right. And the fact that you spent all that money up there and we can't get that deal done for whatever problem it is, where you ain't greased the right hands yet, I don't care what you got to do. Get that stadium deal done so we can continue to look like a professional franchise, because the Washington Commanders is getting ready to build their second stadium and we still stuck in Soldier Field.
Yeah.
And we got Luke saying it's politics. Chicago isn't Minnesota. A lot of taxes involved, and Arlington Heights went to court over it. I think they came up with a tax deal, though. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Bears and Arlington Heights went to court a couple months ago. Yeah, they missed the deadline or some last April to have shovels in the ground, and I think they got to get voted on again. But I think it was really, really close. You know what I'm saying? I can look it up real quick, and we can get up out of here. Hold on, I'll look it up.
I think the Bears need to create a stadium in the property they bought, because it's big enough for a complex. Build a stadium. What's the old saying? You build, they will come. Mm-hmm. That's where we need to go. And I feel like Clarence said, we can't waste money. We shouldn't waste money. That's it's prime real estate that we can use to build something. Hell, Kevin Warren got connection with the Big Ten. We can get some bowl games there.
It's a lot of things they can do there.
Yeah, you can build that up. Hell, you can say Northwestern, DePaul, whatever. Hey, we want y'all to be partners and y'all play on the stadium every week. Get with Indiana to play some of the game. You can do it. You can do it.
And we went to the site. The fight. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Let me say this. Ted Phillips signed and brokered that deal for Arlington Heights, which is why I think he got fired. Now, my son is in the back. He's pissed off too, because I think that it's a travesty that the Bears won't be playing football on the lakefront. It was one of the greatest locations in the history or in the establishment of football because it created an environment unlike any other city, man. There's only 5 Great Lakes, and you had a stadium that's sitting on the crown of it. And to bring a Super Bowl back there and reinvest into the stadium that you have built already and cut the check to the city, and then you don't have the park district down your neck when you want to do things to your own stadium. So for me, it cuts 2 ways. I never wanted a stadium in Arlington Heights, so I'm not going to hold Kevin Warren to the sword because of what Ted Phillips did before he walked through the door. Now, McCaskey's probably not going to eat that paycheck because of the simple fact that that family is not littered with cash. So they're going to have to flip that or turn into some type of real estate development project, which is cool because multiple owners do have multiple real estate endeavors that back their current or primary ownership within their team. So the smart thing would say, hey, Jerry Reinsdorf, you need a new stadium? I'll sell you this land. You can build a White Sox stadium out here. We'll take your money and the tax cut and stay on the lakefront. That's what should happen. That's what Kevin Warren, I believe, wants to happen. But because right now, even though he has the backing of the mayor, there's nothing going on downstate. So I can't hold him to the cross for the stadium being messed up. Yeah, my son, he feel the same way. But
look, I got a video up here. They're gonna talk about it, about what's going on. It was like about a week ago, but I'm gonna press play, man. Y'all make sure y'all turn y'all stuff up, man, so we can all hear it, or you can hear it on your own personal device. I'm gonna hit play. 3, 2, 1.
Developing now new look tonight at a possible Bears stadium in Arlington Heights. New numbers about just how much money it could generate for that village.
But as WGN's Jenna Barnes reports now, one key component could still hit a snag in Springfield.
Well, it does not appear that the tax bill Arlington Heights is depending on to move this stadium project forward will be a priority for Springfield's October veto session. But the mayor says he's confident it will get done.
Certainly everyone's making their case. The Bears, they're having meetings with legislators.
At a town hall event with state representatives, Illinois House Speaker Emanuel Chris Welch addressed the push to build the new Chicago Bears Stadium in Arlington Heights. Architecture firm Manica just releasing new images of what it could look like.
In the past, there has not been the support for helping the Bears.
But there is some support in Springfield for the mega project bill that provides tax certainty for municipalities like Arlington Heights and the owners of huge developments like the Bears by allowing them to negotiate tax agreements.
Let it go up, y'all. Hold on, let it come up.
Do it in a normal fashion where the Cook County assessor assesses it based on the value. It's unaffordable. So the park district, the school districts, Arlington Heights, Cook County, everybody has a seat at the table to design what those taxes are in this mega structure program. It's bullshit. That's how this gets done.
Arlington Heights out with a new economic impact study that says the stadium development could bring the village 50.
Hold on. What?
And see, that's where my criticism lies. You know, it wasn't about me holding Kevin Warren accountable. It's the simple fact of the matter is the Chicago Bears went and bought land to get a stadium done before all of this was ironed out. That's not how a professional football franchise or any franchise behaves. Now, I, for one, want the stadium up there because I think that the Bears can generate billions of dollars for themselves. I don't know if you guys ever been to Atlanta, but they got something called the Battery. They print money based on that. Their stadium is there. They got hotels there. They got bars there, and it all belongs to the Braves. The Chicago Bears can do the same thing. For the second time in my life, I visited Chicago last June. For the first time in my life, I went into a team store. It was embarrassing how small that team store is. Embarrassing for a football franchise, especially a staple football franchise, to have a team store the size of a damn closet. And it's because we don't own that building. And that's just what it boils down to. Now, it's great to have that stadium on the waterfront. So I'm with my man there. But at the same time, when you don't own your building and you can't dictate what happens at that building, you can't make any money off that building. You are basically a glorified tenant. It's unacceptable. It is unacceptable.
Let's see what else. Let's see what the rest of the video say real quick. Hold on. Let me see if I can hit play. Here we go.
$15 million in tax revenue every year, in line with the Bears economic impact study that estimated $18 million in annual revenue generation for the village.
15 million is a big number for any community, and that's just the starting point, right? This is a piece of property that's going to grow well past its boundaries.
The mayor compares the possible sprawl to Wrigleyville with this $5 billion project that includes retail and offices, housing and hotels. The Bears.
Hold on. Did y'all see that? Hold on. Let's see. Hold up. Oh, my bad. I got to go a little bit further. My fault. My bad.
With the Bears economic impact study that estimated $18 million in annual revenue generation for the village.
15 million is a big number for any community.
I'm trying to pause it at one
that's
spot real
just
quick.
the
My
starting
bad.
point, right? This is a piece of property that's going to grow well past its boundaries.
The mayor compares the possible sprawl to Wrigley.
Look at this, man. 300,000 square feet, 200,000 square feet of office space, 1,150 residential units, multifamily and townhomes, 400 hotel rooms.
It's at the end of the day, it's about this right here. It's about money.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I mean, you cannot blame the city of Chicago for not wanting to lose their cash cow. That's bad for business. Like Clarence is a salesman. You don't want to lose your cash cow. The Chicago Bears are the cash cow for the city of Chicago. It's that simple. They don't want to lose them because then they're losing money. And you can't blame them. I don't blame them at all for not wanting.
But treat us that way, then. Treat us that way. You don't treat us like the glorified tenants that you're supposed to be. You don't. If we have a problem with you having a Guns N' Roses concert there on a Saturday night, and we play a game next day and the field's all torn up, you could care less. Because you, at the end of the day, you want your money for us being a tenant. We don't get treated well for that. And oh, by the way, it's the smallest stadium in the doggone football league. So we're raising ticket prices on people, and you're not even getting fashion seats because it's small. Your waiting list is 10 to 15 years long. So the demand is there. They got to do something about that.
Yeah,
I agree. The city of Chicago should be hosting Super Bowls. We're the third largest media market in America. We should be hosting Super Bowls and Final Fours and big time UFC fights and whatever you want to say about WWE, but their pay-per-views pack the houses. I mean, the city of Chicago should be hosting these events. And
not going to do it in that stadium.
And that's my point. They can't with this
that includes
stadium.
Retail and offices,
But they should
housing
be.
and hotels. The Bears say they will pay more than $2 billion for the stadium. That covers about a third of the 326-acre site. And that's the part that hinges on this mega project bill.
Mega project bills like the one that's proposed would help economic development all over the state. That's a fact. The question is should it include stadium projects? And that's something that I think members need to be convinced on.
I'm not super confident that is something that is super high on the list of priorities down in Springfield right now. I think that's what we heard tonight. There's a lot to do down there, but I know it will get done.
In the meantime, the village is studying how much it will have to spend in infrastructure costs. It says it won't approve any deal that doesn't present a net benefit. It also has to work out agreements with IDOT, Metro, Union Pacific, and other agencies. So there's still a lot of work left ahead. In Arlington Heights, Jenna Barnes, WGN News.
And the infrastructure thing, I would be reaching out to Google because the internet and all of that type of stuff, man, I would make that a small, smart city. Not a smart city, but a smart community. Everything around there will be infrastructure by Google. That way you could come in there. Google probably be like, man, we'll give y'all $10 billion just to build with you guys, just to set up something new. You know, that would be dope as hell, the whole smart facility in the NFL. That shit, well, can we be on the cutting edge of that?
Yeah. Man, that stadium, man, that's an issue, man. We didn't win past what we talked about, man. But it's always fun to do that to add to the conversation. But I see guys still into it, man. We've been going for 2 hours and 17 minutes, man. So good show, man. Good show, man. Shy, what's your score of the Packers game, man? What we doing? We gonna go, man. I know you had left, but what you got? We're gonna assume he's saying Bears win. He breaking up real bad, Shy, man. It's okay. We're gonna end the stream, Shy. We're gonna end the stream, man. Anybody going against the Bears before we go? Anybody?
No.
Yeah, I think we win. All right, man. I'm G Walker, the CNG Podcast. That's Andy from the Bears Den Podcast. That's Chicago Clarence of the Bears Den Podcast. That's Alan OG. That's Shy from Side Sports CNG Podcast. And we out of here, man. And shout out to everybody that came in here today. My guy TJ came in late. Crooked Commish came in here. What up, Crooked Commish? Talking about could care less. I heard I could care less makes me think of Steve Knight. I don't know what it is. My guy Luke, appreciate you, man. I hope you subscribe to the YouTube page, man. CJ, the CNG podcast. Will appreciate that, man. Shout out to CJ. Who else we had in here? So mostly just Luke, man, and all the other people. But then we got CJ saying facts to the OG Allen, of course. I think we have Bobby in here too. We have Rev Trail, Packer fan, Twitter, great podcast he do over there. Freezing Cold podcast, man. With Andy, the other Andy, NFL Outdated. Rev Trail and them guys, man. And Bobby from Cognac Boys, Chicago Bears Central with Hayes and all them guys too. So shout out to Bobby. And that being said, man, we gone, man. Been a great night. Appreciate you guys, man. God bless y'all. Good night, man. Peace.